What up, guys? Total Control 871. I'm finally getting around to doing the body talk video. Needless to say, I have not been looking forward to this. I guess you can imagine why. I get a lot of comments, snark, a lot of sarcasm, a lot of cruel, mean things said to me about my body. The pretty severe man boobage going on there. All right, so let's just simply dive right into it, and we're going to talk about what's going on. I am diagnosed with something called hypogonadism type 2. Now, for those of you who are still immature enough to giggle and laugh at the word gonad, you can go ahead and pause, and the rest of us adults will continue on with the conversation. You can, play catch up later on. I'm still not feeling well. Hypogonadism type 2. When you hear people say, usually doctors or whatever, when you hear them say that sex takes place between the ears, they mean it on several different levels. In my case, it's, literal and figurative alike. Inside my head, inside all of our heads, there is a pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is encased in a bony shell. In my particular circumstance, there is a bone spur on the inside of the pituitary shell, and it pushes into the pituitary gland, causing it to partially atrophy. The end result is the master gland, the pituitary gland. It doesn't send the correct signals, or, the master switch doesn't control the other switches in the body the correct way. So, when people hear hypogonadism type 2, some people will think one or the other. Either I have gigantic elephantitis balls or itty bitty, peanut nuts or something like that. I can report to you that everything is boringly average in size. The adult industry will not be tapping me on the shoulder anytime soon, but everything is just average size. Let's see. But yeah, the master gland, the pituitary gland, it does not transmit the correct signals. Therefore, my testicles do not produce, even though they're the average correct size. Actually, if you really want to know, I kind of wish they were a little bit smaller. It kind of makes riding the bike a little, I do need, a good jock strap support. I got some short liners. They're like bibs, and they're like a hybrid between a bib and a jock strap. And they kind of supposed to have like this design that gives you support. I wish it were a little bit more firm. I kind of wish they were a little bit, sturdier, because the boys could use a little bit more support. Anyway, having said that, my testicles do not produce the correct amount of testosterone that I need. This is corroborated by two different tests. If you don't mind, I kind of gave you guys the body shot real quick. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to see. There's my... Oh, yeah, I'll say this. Because I'm about to go sit down, because My leg and my back, it's fucking killing me. My body, the way it distributes fat, it's very strange and peculiar, and it is indigenous to this disorder. It's this hybrid of good and bad. Obviously, I think we can all agree that my fat, it's primarily distributed in my midsection. I am pear-shaped, whereas a lot of men are barrel or apple-shaped. They came out with a study a while ago saying that pear-shaped people were more healthier than apple-shaped people. I think I understand what they meant by that. The reason is, here, I'll see if I can take you into the mirror, that's too dark in there. Like I said, there's no utilities here. Because aesthetically speaking, it's bad that I got this fucked up shaped body. But in terms of health and cardiovascular, it's a plus. Meaning, my torso, it's the last place to deposit fat. You may also notice, let's see if I can give you a side shot here. Like you can see how my chest, it shoots out like that. A lot of people used to think that I had when I was a kid growing up, that I had something underneath my shirt. This is bone. This is like hard bone right there. I have an elevated sternum. My solar plexus, it's very high. From what I understand, Johnny Carson had a very high solar plexus. It's just the way you're built. In terms, I think it's also one of my little biological secrets on the plus side of why I can ride a bike for as long as I can. I believe it gives me a lot of extra lung capacity. You know, it's a larger rib cage gives me extra room to inflate the lungs. And with such a high solar plexus and man boobage being what it is and shit, you know. So it makes the man boobage look that much more boob-like. So, like I say, it's this cross between good and bad. And like in the mid part here, you know, it's not a whole heck of a lot of fat. You know, the roll, it's pretty small. So, in other words, it's what kind of helps to create that fucked up hourglass shape. I guess it's nice if you're a woman, but I am not a woman, and I don't want to be a woman. It's just simply the way the fat is distributed throughout my body. All right, guys, I gotta go sit down. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, all right, so, like I was saying, my hormonal condition, it causes a number of things. One such thing, physically speaking, is for fat to be distributed in some really strange, fucked up, and bizarre ways. Nobody else in my biological family is shaped like this. It's just simply some bizarre-ass anomaly that I get to have the pleasure of having. Yay! Also, my tailbone, it is fused, and don't ask how it happened, I don't know, but it's just simply fused, and it causes my pelvis to roll forward, you know. It's why I used to be able to ride a bicycle no-handed as a child, but as I grew up into my adult body, somehow, somewhere along the line, the end of my vertebrae, it just ended up fusing like that. And, my pelvis is constantly rolled forward on the saddle. And it's why I can't, roll backwards and sit up enough to ride no-handed. Um, yeah. So also, I told you guys already about the beard. I think it's been like a month since I've trimmed this up. Been like maybe a month, maybe something like that since I trimmed this up. So I don't grow facial hair a whole hell of a lot. The lower testosterone probably attributed to why I was such a shy and retreating child. I would like to think that it accounts for why I'm so evenly tempered today as an adult. Um, what else? Oh yeah, unfortunately, as far as evenly tempered, as far as your anger and shit, of course, you wouldn't know it talking to the white suburban people. Oh my God. Oh, it's a wild black man out of control. Yeah, you're a wild black man. All right, Miss Millie, you settle the fuck down, god damn it. The way you spoke. Miss Millie. All right, what's next? Emotionally, unfortunately, it's definitely in the negative column. My emotions have gotten a great deal worse, but for reasons that you probably wouldn't think. Back in 2006, somewhere around there. Long story to it. I finally got around to questioning as to why I am so obese when I simply don't consume enough food to to be this obese. I mean, of course, people will wag their finger and say, "Well, don't you eat McDonald's sometimes or whatever?" Yes, so does a lot of people, but not fucking everybody is like morbidly obese the way that I am. Um, like I say, if I just simply had, the teddy bear belly like a lot of guys had, with a regular shaped ass, man, I'd be so fucking happy, You know, I wish I could have gotten fat like John Goodman, like on Roseanne and shit, He was fat, he was tall, stocky, but, you know, his body wasn't some weird ass shape. Anyway, but back in 2006, I did a little self investigation, followed the medical breadcrumbs, which led me to my self diagnosis of hypogonadism type 2. Used my insurance. I was at Target, working at Target, had health insurance. Ring a ding dinged, endocrinologist in Philadelphia, went to go see him. A couple of blood tests, and it was indeed confirmed. He ran, yeah, a couple of blood tests using a couple of different scales, and he did indeed confirm it was like, not only kind of low, it was very low. One blood test, the average normal was like 400 something was the score. I scored 100. Another blood test was like 100 something was the normal. I scored like, 26, 27, some shit like that. So needless to say, it was like in nanoliters or well, whatever. I'm sure whoever's got medical experience out there, you probably know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, so testosterone very low, not slightly low, but very low. He put me on hormone replacement therapy, Androgel. It's a gel that you rub on your shoulders. Expensive as fuck. Um, Even with my insurance, I had to pay a little. It was like $60 a month. Yeah, 60 a month, or it was just under a month because it was like 1.5 tubes per day was the prescribed amount. Anyway, so it's expensive. Like I think normally the box by itself, it's like $300 or some shit like that. And my part of it was paying like $60. So anyway, um, about 2 weeks into using this hormone replacement therapy, not only me, but I think other people came to me first, telling me, "You seem different. You just seem so, you seem a lot more pleasant." Whatever. So, I think the first things I began to notice was that the gloom, the doom, a lot of the things that I read about the hormone was like it gives you a general sense of well-being. General sense of well-being. I'm like, oh my God, is this thing gonna make me roid ragey? No, it didn't do that. It doesn't give you super strength, super strength or anything like that. It just simply gives you a general sense of well-being, and it basically caused me, for the very first time in my life, to become hormonally balanced. I even went around to like, some of the other guys, and I was like, holy shit, is this what it feels like to be a man? Holy shit. It wasn't like a euphoria. It wasn't like uh, an opioid high or any such thing like that. It was just simply you felt level, not mellow, not like you had a half a glass of wine, none of that. It's just simply the darkness. It's not there, or not there so much. You dig? So, anyway, I'm going to be covering the Target job in another series of videos, so I won't get into how and why I lost my job there. Needless to say, when the job went, so did the insurance. Guess what? I had an abrupt halt in my medication. This wasn't good. Again, I'll maybe cover it in another video, but it definitely caused me to emotionally crash hard. If you want to know how hard, all you fake account cops out there who subscribe to my channel, I don't know, give Millville Police Department a call. They'll tell you how hard I crashed. It was a rough crash. Anyway, so let's see what else. Yeah, so it was very difficult. It was an innocence had been removed, so to speak. I, for the first time in my life, felt what it felt like to be normal. And now that I lost the insurance and the medication, it was like the depression, it didn't come back bigger. I just simply forgot just how much weight I had been carrying around, okay? So it was like, it dumped it right back on into my lap, and it was just big, fucking heavy as hell. I didn't have the money to afford the medication. Um, which kind of also opened up my eyes to things like insurance and stuff like that, and how dirty everything can be. I also made a decision to if I were to have insurance again, to not use the medication ever again. I just simply had to learn to become reacclimated to the unbalance. I just had to learn to correctly counterbalance the darkness again. I don't know if that's making sense to anybody out there, but I just simply had to become reaccustomed to living with it. Like the old song from Billie Holiday, "Good Morning Heartache." You're there. So I just had to, I had a vacation from the darkness, and now the darkness is back, and it's gonna be there fucking forever. Um, okay, so let's see what else. Yeah, I'm not gonna ever get back on that again, because I am not going to be slave to big pharmacy. It's not a position that you want to be in. It's really a very, very bad position. Now, I really went back and forth, a lot of reluctance, saying, should I talk about the whole hormonal thing? Because I already fucking know what everybody's thinking out there. See, total control, you do need medicine. See, there is something wrong with you. It's not other people. It's not the cops or Jewish Family Services. It's you. There's something wrong with you. I agree that I live a hormonally imbalanced life. Um, that does not cloud my it does not cloud my judgment. It just simply makes it difficult. Um, I'm probably just gonna waste a whole bunch of time and minutes trying to convince you otherwise. You're pretty much gonna believe what you want to believe. So I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this, and as far as pitching any kind of argument to you, I'll just say this. Don't you find it strange that there is no drug program out there that would give me this medication for free for the rest of my life? But if I were to say, well, even if you won't give me the hormones, can I try some antidepressant medication? Can I just try a series of those for free? Oh, baby, will they? They will give you every fucking head pill you could ever fucking imagine. The government will find a way, goddammit. Oh, trust me. When it comes to head pills, oh, there is universal health care, goddammit. That gives the government a raging goddamn hard on. The whole fucking nation under pharmaceutical brain control? Oh, baby. Fuck yes. We can control their goddamn little minds. So, thanks, but no thanks. So, that would definitely, it should raise some red flags in your head as to why one medication that makes you balanced and crystal clear, and the other medication turns you into zombie. It basically, that's what it does.